Hey guys, so a couple weeks ago we walked around the truck, pointed out a few things that were wrong with it, and in this video we're going to replace a couple of those things and fix some of those issues. So in this laundry basket we've got parts and tools that are going to replace some of the parts that we were having issues with, like our control arms, our sway bar end links, and lower ball joints. We'll get the parts replaced, kind of talk about why they're so important, and this is all just kind of in the sense for preventative maintenance. I want to make my truck last as long as possible, so we got to switch out some parts and bring you guys along for that adventure. And as always, we'll have how-to videos on this after this video. So we'll get the parts replaced, talk about why in this video, and then I'll have how-to videos coming out on each one right after. So if you guys want to get this done yourselves and know how to do it, you totally can. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it. We're in the garage because it's going to be a little bit warmer. We got our control arms. I think that's where we're going to start. These are from Rough Country. We had to go red to match the theme of the truck, right? Red. And then we're going to work our way down. Got the tires chogged. Let's take off our tire and then let's get started. And as you watch me take it apart, we'll have a split screen here of me talking why it's important and kind of explaining why we're getting this done. So let's do it. First up, upper control arm. My boot on my upper control arm was completely torn. You can see all the grease is basically gone out. Totally disgusting, but also that means metal on metal contact with all the grease being out of there, which is super risky. The bushings in here were also pretty cracked and separating from the control arm itself, which can cause some weird noises, uneven wear on the tires even, and just overall not a safe situation. The upper control arm helps keep your suspension tight, your steering correct and tight as well, and overall just provides a safe way of driving, mostly for your suspension geometry traveling up and down on the road. But with the boots being torn, the grease gone, yeah, it was just time to get this replaced. Replacing the entire upper control arm was the easiest way, I think, than pressing out ball joints, pressing out bushings and whatnot. So that's the direction I went, as you guys could see, and it just offers peace of mind. That's probably like the biggest thing on doing all of these upgrades and repairs, was giving me the peace of mind every time I go off-roading or get the truck wet. With those boots being torn and going in those environments and those situations, it was just getting dirt and water and whatnot inside those boots that were torn, making one of these parts break and fail down the road just even more likely. So when I talk about preventative maintenance, doing these things just prevents the truck from breaking down early on. And now that it's repaired, this thing's going to last forever. Let's hope and cross our fingers anyway. We got the control arm on there. We'll grease it up, put the cap on, and finish it up by putting the washer on here. And the nut that holds it on there, but check that out. That's really sweet. I really like that red. That contrasts with the Bilstein silver and the black really well. So next on the agenda, while we're in here, we're gonna get the sway bar end link. It's totally trashed. I think that's next on the list, and then we'll be moving on down to the lower ball joint. So let's keep rocking and rolling. All right, next, sway bar end links. Even though this seems like such a small, insignificant, little cheap part, it actually plays a pretty big role in the comfort of your ride, especially on a lifted truck. So when lifting your truck and using the OE sway bar end link can cause the geometry for that sway bar to be kind of messed up with your lift and whatnot, depending on how much lift you have. That's why I went with Freedom Off-Road sway bar end links. Huge shout out to them for helping me snag some. Those things are pretty sweet, and they are extended to serve the purpose of my lifted truck, positioning the sway bar even more horizontal and correcting the geometry. So when I am turning into a corner or going off-road and dipping down in certain situations, the sway bar can do its job effectively. So with the boots being torn and grease oozing out and whatnot, replacing them ensures that when I am turning, that the amount of body roll that I have is as safe as it can be and keeps the ride as comfortable as possible off-road and on-road, on pavement. So pretty sweet that we got this little thing replaced. They're not very expensive, and having the correct sway bar end links is definitely going to help. And I'm stoked knowing that I have an awesome part from Freedom Off-Road, keeping my ride comfortable for forever, hopefully. We're going to keep saying that, you guys. I want this thing to last as long as it can. I mean, who doesn't? So we've got our sway bar end link totally disconnected. Reason being, you need to disconnect it for the lower ball joint. So before we go connecting the new one, we might as well remove our lower ball joint, get this done. And then when we go tying everything back together, we connect the new sway bar, tighten everything up, and it's ready to go. So right here, as you're watching us tear apart the lower ball joint, I'll also be talking about the importance of ball joints and doing this preventative maintenance. Last thing you want is a ball joint to fail, turning an $80 part and repair into a $3,000 repair on your entire truck. So really appreciate you guys sticking around, watching us. I hope this is a great way to show you, replacing the things as well as getting the new stuff on. So let's keep going. Hey everyone, wanted to jump in real quick and tell you about a giveaway that I'm running right now. I'm giving away this 270-degree awning from Top Oak and these 2 Open Road Pro camping chairs. Perfect for the camping season that's coming up. Basically how it works, every dollar you spend over at my website, outdoortaco.shop, gets you an entry. This is a fun way to snag some sweet merch, help support the channel, help support me, and keep me out here making sweet videos for you guys. I want to say thank you to everyone who participates. I'll leave all the info linked down below, so go check it out, outdoortaco.shop. New t-shirts, new hats, go check it out. Thank you guys so much. I'm excited to see who wins. Lastly, we're talking about lower ball joints. You guys, this thing being as torn and awful as it is, I'm so glad that we got them replaced, the upper and the lower. But just like on the upper control arm with that upper ball joint, with the boot being torn and the grease completely gone, that's just gonna lead to early failure. I mean, it's gonna ruin your steering. You're gonna hear clunky noises. I mean, it connects your tire to your suspension. So having a failed boot, having a failed lower ball joint turns a really easy $80, $100 fix into a ton of other issues. I'm sure you've seen the videos, pictures, and heard stories from other people, and having their Toyota ball joints fail just leads to disaster. So replacing this part ensures that my steering will stay correct, gives me a peace of mind that I'm driving down the road safely, right? And prevents unwanted play while I'm driving down the road. I know a lot of this seems just like a no-brainer, casing the part is broken, grease is everywhere, replace the dang thing. But just like me and everybody watching this, I'm sure you see it happen and you just kind of brush it off until it's too late. So I'm hoping that this information and showing you guys this video and replacing all this stuff is a fun way to maybe go check up on your trucks and helps you know that my rig is going to be a safe rig to be driving years to come. I'm pretty stoked to have all these parts replaced. It's definitely given me a lot of peace of mind, and realized, hey, maybe we need to get some other parts replaced a lot faster than what's happening right now. Stay tuned. You guys are going to be seeing more repairs for sure. Those upper control arms look pretty sweet, not gonna lie, guys. Love the red. But there you have it. There you have us replacing some of those things that we talked about a few weeks ago, fixing the things that were wrong on my Tacoma, at least 3 of them. I know we have 2 more major issues. They're a little bit more expensive. That's going to be our axles. Both axles need to be replaced, and both wheel bearings, I think, need to be replaced. We're doing the whole front end, you guys. It's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of money, but we're going to get it done. Also, I'm not forgetting about the front diff breather valves. I'm sure you guys want to see that as well, because it is kind of a niche, interesting, different part than what we're used to seeing people replace. But I'm excited to get those parts, get them on the Tacoma, and get this thing just running and lasting so much longer. Like, I want to be able to gift this to my son one day, you know? It's a great truck. I've loved it. I've really enjoyed the journey that I've had with it, with you guys and the channel. So awesome. I'm thrilled. So stick with me on this journey. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on those future videos. Comment down below your thoughts, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.